Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a DC character for change. Haven't done one in a while. It's the Batman Who Laughs. So it's that real sort of spooky, weird crossover sort of Joker slash Batman kind of mix. I haven't read the comic, I'll be honest, but it does look pretty cool. I haven't heard of it until someone requested it. So I had a look anyway, and it's pretty scary looking. So we'll start with his sort of round head. So I guess what you got to do is do a curved line just right across the page. So you're up in the top part. So we're going to start with the top of his head, and then we'll do the ears, those metal ears, and then the spikes, and then all the teeth. The teeth is like the trickiest bit. So we have, like, if you put a dot about here and then a dot over this side, just there, and then you're going to join this together with a curved line. So you're going to start curving this across like so, and you're going to join them up together. You're going to keep going across like so, all the way up the other side into there. And then this comes up this direction, so we're going to go diagonal up this way. Both sides. And then we're going to bring this around for the top of his head. So we're going to go nice and slow. And as usual, I would suggest a pencil for this and ink after. And hit pause if I go too fast. So there, we're looking for a type of a round sort of dome-like shape. And then in there's kind of a bit of shadow. So there's like a shadow for one of the bat ears coming across here like this. And then this comes down like so. And then we're going to go back across down into here. And then we have another similar type of shape coming off this way. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. Coming up this way, up that side, back up to there. And then there's all these sort of gnarly sort of cracks coming out from this version anyway. I've seen many different types of this guy drawn. I'm not sure who the original artist is, but like as in who created this character and who drew him first, but lots of different ways of drawing him anyway. So these kind of cracks, and all in here is dark black, but I'll come back to that near the end a little bit. So the visor then that covers his eyes, so we have just a curved line comes out the side here, curved line that comes out the side here too on the other side, just like this on both sides. And then this goes down like so, and this goes down like this. And then this comes across and has sort of these spikes on various sections across this visor. So we'll do the spikes first, and then we'll do the line underneath, because they sort of jump over these lines. Of course, if you were doing it with pencil, you could erase any lines you draw over as well, but I can't, so I'll start with one spike just here like this, and it's going to go out here, back in like so. Next one just here in the middle, down to a spike, like so. Next one. Curve line comes off to a spike here, like this. So one facing right down, these two going diagonal in this direction. And now we can do the bottom of that visor. So this comes to here. Then we jump over this spike that way, following the top, similar curvature, trying to get it around, look like it's going around his head. And then up to here. This has another rim, a sort of a metal rim to this here. So we're going to just lightly go around here. Like so. Like that. And then there's a couple of spikes that stick off the side, just going around the back of his helmet as well. So we want here, like this. One on the other side. A smaller one just sticking out, tiny one just here. And tiny one here too. Like so. So then the ears, so we have all the way up nearly to the top of my page. So we have one line coming down to there. Next one coming down the other side, like this. And then we just give that a rim, an edge, an extra line for an edge. I've seen these longer or shorter. So it fits better on my page when they're shorter, but it's up to you, of course. If you have more room, you could keep those going as long as you wanted. This one curves down then, the other side like that, so there's a slight curve on it. It's not a perfect straight line. And then this curves into here. And then this one comes down like so. Now, so the bottom of that mask has another metal edge, and these ones don't have, they're not ear types, they're just, they come down kind of straight. So they come down straighter like that. And then this side as well comes down just under this spike. And then back up into there. And then this side. So, and then this one as well. Two lines down and a diagonal connecting them. And right, so he has a bit of that, the black part of the mask, like on regular Batman, that covers his nose. So we have just a black sort of V, so it's like it comes down to here, right under this spike here. So we have a little V just there, like that. And then this is going to come all the way up, diagonal, to there. Same on the other side here. Like so. And now we have his jaw. So we have that white Joker-like skin. So we're going to draw that, just the edge of his jaw here. This, coming down both sides. And then this is going to go diagonal down to his chin. This one as well. Down past those edges there. And this curves around for his chin. So his mouth then and his all those teeth. So we have, so his lip, I guess we'll do his lip first. So starting here, we're going to do just his bottom lip. So it comes down, real big sort of grin, comes down this way. Comes across like so. Pretty much same on this side. So we can go down, in. So, and then across this way. Don't worry if it's bumpy or sort of wrinkly looking. That's what you're after, really. It's real sinister looking. And then on this, we have another line just for the edge of that bottom lip coming around like this, coming up a bit. Of course, this is the red section of that lip, so comes back up around this other side. Maybe a little bit up here as well. And then we have a line just for his chin, just down here. And then all sort of wrinkle lines for the smile. With a stretched skin, that's what you're after. You're looking for an unnatural looking grin. It's like his mouth is too big, so his skin can't handle it nearly. So it's like real stretched, and loads of lines on it, and loads of lines on his lips as well. So all these lines that come down his lips like this, coming down like so, really making him kind of gnarly looking. Of course, depending on what variation you're doing, you can add as much of that as you want. Make it really gnarly. And then maybe some hatching lines just here on his chin. I'll do more hatching and stuff near the end, because there's some shadow on his head and things that I want to do. So right, so his teeth, those weird freaky teeth, massive yellow teeth with these pink red sort of bloody nearly gums. So right, so we'll start with the top, I guess, and we'll do maybe one tooth at a time. So we'll start, so he's a gum line, so we have a gum line here, and this is going to come down all the way like so. You're going diagonal this way, and this is his pink gums, right? So you're drawing the gum line first, so we have spikes up and down around those teeth. See that? Kind of like a lightning line or a real spiky line. And when you get to the big teeth at the front, you can do maybe a flatter sort of section across like that, and then some more spikes coming across. You know, you don't have to be too exact about this, because his teeth are like real sort of all over the place. So you could do more teeth than me or less. Depends on how you're feeling, really, I guess. So going all up, you can add lines to those gums if you want to make them even creepier, sort of. And then, so coming in between all these gaps, right, then we have his big long teeth. So starting at the edge, they're real skinny. So they're real skinny on the edges because they go back into his mouth, and they get kind of bigger as we go into the middle. So like here, we have another skinny one. Next one's a bit bigger. See that? A little bit of a bigger tooth. Next one, maybe bigger again. Bigger. You could have a small one every now and then, maybe like a small one in here. Next one coming across. They don't have to be perfect. You're looking for unusual, sort of weird kind of teeth. So some of them can be like crossing over on top of another one, like real pressed in. Next one coming up like so. So you're just making them sort of gnarly looking. See, they're not lined up perfect teeth. I've seen them drawn with sort of straighter teeth if you wanted to go for that, but I just thought the creepier version was better, so I went with that one. And they get kind of skinnier as we go up here. Like so. And then we'll do pretty much the same thing on the bottom layer. So we have a gum line again. So starting sort of back here, we're gonna go all down, jaggedy, zigzag, gum line, like that. See that? All the way. Coming across those teeth. We get kind of smaller as we get up here. Don't worry if they're not too like exact or pointy or anything like that. So then the teeth in there, so they're very close to the top teeth, so starting here, they nearly touch, go underneath some of them. Go underneath the top teeth maybe a bit. Some of them just touch it, see, like that. Yeah, you might have one that goes back over on top of the other teeth. Coming down there. Where am I? Here. So we want this way. Where am I? Another one here. Sort of, these kind of maybe go underneath now, the top teeth. Starting to go across. The other side. And they get sort of smaller as we go back into the back of his mouth. So they get see sort of perspective. Things that get further away are smaller. And then of course you can color this in all dark for the inside of his mouth. Right, so then you can add some dots and stuff on his teeth, like scratches, dots, sort of dirt and debris. Again, making them look creepy. of course you can add as much of that as you'd like. Maybe like cracks coming down his teeth and stuff. Thin lines. Creepier the better. That's what I say. Anyway, right. So he has like a big collar on his kind of uniform. It goes. I can't fit the whole thing in, but it starts just anywhere along his helmet, really, and it's going to go off to there and off the other side, and then it's going to kind of come back in down here, just underneath his chin. It's going to come into here. Kind of back around, and I think this has sort of a rim somewhere on it, I think. So it has like a double line, so a lighter shaded line going this way off the page there. You can't really see his neck, but maybe we could see the edge of his collar, because kind of in shadow a good bit, so maybe there, and all in here around is like real dark black where his neck would normally be. So this color maybe is just in here, and all in here is dark black. He's a real dark character, so lots of shadow on him, and depending on the variation that you are drawn from, he has these lines just down here. So a line just along here, and then it's kind of stitches along this. Kind of look like claws coming down around underneath that collar, depending on what you can fit in, of course. This way down along, just check in. So yeah, so like, and then more sort of lines for the bottom of that hood of his, or that big cloak that he has here. And of course this has all shadow coming up sort of this way and out from here. So let's see, I guess I'll colour in, I'll go dark black around his face first. So. Okay, so pretty dark in there around his neck. I added some hatching just to the cloak, maybe to give it some shadow just coming up around it. Just cross hatching sort of lines. Of course, if you were colouring, you could do it a darker tone or something. Totally up to you, of course. And now in here's black, and all these are black. So then on his piece of metal headband thing, we can see just some hatching in this side, so some shadow, just some hatching lines just coming down here. Maybe one or two coming up it, like that. One or two on this side. Just some coming down here, just little bits of detail. You don't have to add any of this really if you didn't want to. I'm just sort of going with it, and we'll see where it ends up. I might ruin it, but we'll see how we go anyway. So on sort of his spikes, there's like shadows on those as well. So there's like a curve here, and then a line that comes down to there. And then this has all sort of hatching and darker shadows in it, little bits, just to show that it's, I guess, metal, stuff like that. So hatching lines, thinner ones, thicker ones, and one or two on this part too. Dots and things, little details like that. Like so. And on this one as well, so we have a line here, and then it comes right down the middle of it to there. And then we have some darker shadows on it as well. And then sort of hatching, coming around like so, coming down here. And then going diagonal this way. And then on this one too, shadow coming down all the way to the point here, and then coming around the top here. So we have the lines going, following the shape of it. So going that direction, and then the curvature of it. So you're following the curved line around. Just trying to give it a bit of 3D depth and tone and stuff. Trying to trick people's eye into thinking that it's more 3D than 2D. And on these too, so these ones are sort of darker in the background. Like so. And this one. So it's obviously the light is coming more so from this side of our character. So that means darker over here, slightly. It's still lit from the top, but it's like from here perhaps. When you're shading, it's always important to know where your light source is. Do do do. I think this one's casting a shadow, so these are all sort of casting shadows. So there's a little shadow here for this guy. I wonder how many people have stopped drawing. I don't know, I think it's good to show harder stuff as well. So this is a shadow for this spike, just under there. This shadow's down here for this guy. And you're just adding diagonal lines inside to make in here seem like it's darker than what's outside it. That's all you're doing. Trying to trick people. It's a magic trick. That's what drawing is. You're creating creating illusion. And then on his visor here, you have some vertical lines just coming down like so. So they don't have to be exact, you're just going up and down. You can have gaps and dots between them, just showing, I guess, that it's a kind of a scratched sort of thing. It has dots and scratch marks, bumps and things all bed into it. It's not like glossy kind of thing like that. It's got scratches and stuff on it. Going all around. Damn fly flying around. Go away. And then there is a shadow, so just down here, coming down on this side of his visor, and there's kind of dots and scratches and stuff coming down that. Bit of a shadow on this side too. Coming down here. So all shadows coming down. Maybe you could add some to his side of his face. Down here. Some on this side maybe. And some more lines just on his chin. And then just going to darken up maybe just underneath here as well. Just adding some shadow, some shadow sections just around this portion underneath, just to make his head stand out a little, and maybe up here too. Oop. So just getting a feel for it, seeing how much you can add. He's a pretty dark character, so you could probably color in most of them dark if you wanted. So he's top lip lit, so there's probably lots of dark shadow all down here. So filling this in as much as you want. Hatching. Covering up any of those boxes you don't want to keep, or any of it you do. Just leaving a sort of a white line for where they sit up off the page. So you can kind of build it up as much as you want. And the trick is figuring out when to stop. That's always the trick. So when do I stop? That's the question. Okay, I think I'll leave it. So lots of shade and shadow. But yeah, cool character. Really like it. Probably gonna read the comic pretty soon. But there he is, Batman who laughs. Happy Halloween, Spooktober. Bye guys, thanks for watching.